Hello, I'm Jeff Siegel, and welcome to SantaAnita.com, and welcome to our video seminar for Friday. This is a very good card, I think, from a wagering standpoint. Some nice prospects here in terms of price, and we are going to dive in actually after the first race, because the first race is a race I'm going to pass. Don't really have a handle for it. You've got the two logical favorites on the bottom. Mambo to Kathy, the number 5, looks pretty solid. Banana Cream Pie. The two favorites drawn outside. I don't really trust either one of them, but I don't see anything in here that can touch them. So, just not a very good type of wager, I think, when you're taking a short price by default. So, they could run 1-2 just as easily as anything, but no value. So, I'm going to pass the first race. Now, we started into the second race. Now things get a little bit more interesting. This is a mile and 1/16 claiming event for fillies and mares in for $25,000. I'm going to go too deep here in my rolling exotics. Number 4, Samba School, and number 6, Alpine Yodel. You can play them in an exacta box if you would like. Again, these are the two favorites. I don't think they're going to go a whole lot shorter than their morning line, though. Samba School for the Mitchell barn is back where she belongs, overmatched last time, but she ran well at the level 2 races back, and I think if she can run back to that race, she's right there with Gomez taking them out on the jock switch. Alpine Yodel is very solid here for Hollendorfer. She's another one who's been facing a little bit better and dropping in for the money run. I think she's another one who's pretty solid in this league with Bejarano riding her back. So either one, 4 and 6, Samba School and Alpine Yodel, I would definitely use them both in all of your rolling exotics. Third race is the Kalukan Queen handicap, 6.5 furlong dash for fillies and mares, and I think the competition here boils down to number 5, Mother Ruth, and number 4, Quisisana. Now, either one are capable of winning, and maybe a slight preference for me anyway to Mother Ruth. I think she might have a little bit more early speed, a little bit more tactical speed than Quisisana, but again, going 6.5, they'll both have every chance. Mother Ruth, on occasion, has been disappointing. She's always seems to be well backed, but if she's ready to run today and she's training like she is, I think her best is good enough for Bob Baffert. Quisisana, very sharp. She's now won 3 in a row, and obviously you have to respect her on the raise for Mike Pipey. And so those are the two horses that I'm using in that order: Mother Ruth over Quisisana, and definitely use them both in all of your rolling exotics. Maiden special rate race from the 4th race, going 6 furlongs. And Bob Baffert's got a couple of real nice horses in here. The one that is run already is number 5, Temp. He's pretty good. Second in both of his starts. Numbers are very good. Really ran well last time in a hot race and has come back and trained extremely well. So he's got the benefit of experience over his stablemate, who is Fast Master, number 6 on your program. Fast Master is really burning up the track. He really does train like a very, very good horse, a very fast horse. 57-1. I know the track's fast in the morning, but that is moving. Finally making his debut as a 4-year-old gelding by Tiz now. So he's had his issues for sure. But with Gomez aboard, I think Fast Master is going to be really tough if he breaks and minds his manners and does everything right. Otherwise, Temp, again, the more experienced of the Bafferts, definitely will be right there as well. I would use them both, and I think they are head and shoulders above the rest. Temp and Fast Master, 5 and 6 on the program. Maybe slight preference to number 6, Fast Master, but definitely use them both in your rolling exotics. That's the rolling daily double, the pick 3, pick 4, pick 6, whichever you would like to play. Definitely use them both. 5th race, mile grass race, claiming event. This is a pretty competitive race for older mares, and I think we're going to look at 3 horses here to use in an exacta or trifecta box. Number 1, Startjumpin, Marnie. Also number 4, Waltzing, Swan. And number 5, Brit. Again, you can make a case for any one of those 3. Startjumpin, Marnie should get a good trip. She's a in-form mare. She just comes off a nice win over at Hollywood. She's up in class for Hollendorfer, but should get a great trip. Rosario rides her back. 7-2 in the morning line. Very solid. Number 1, Startjumpin, Marnie. Number 4, Waltzing, Swan. has races that are tough up north. I think she's going to fit here. Jed Josephson lands her down. She must be doing well. And she gets Gomez. Lightly raced, relatively lightly raced. First or second, 7 out of 16. She's pretty genuine. I think she'll fire again. Good tactical speed. So use number 4, Waltzing Swan. And also number 5, Van Brit. She is coming out of a pretty tough starter race at Hollywood, in for a tag today. And the thing about Van Brit is you can't ignore her record here at Santa Anita on this grass course. 4 wins out of 6 starts, and training well for Vlado. So I think she's very solid. As a matter of fact, I think Van Brit probably would be my top pick in the race, but not enough to make her a single. Let's go 1, 4, and 5 with preference to number 5, Van Brit. 6th race, another maiden special weight race. This is for 3-year-old fillies sprinting and Cowbreds, and I'm going to go with the Brian Corner trained number 4, Excessively Trick, as a single. Now, there are a number of first-time starters and lightly raced horses that you could certainly make a case for, but Excessively Trick, I thought, ran decently in her debut. A very fast filly by In Excess, was asked to go 6.5 first time out. That's a tough distance for a first-time starter, and she led the way into the stretch. She carried her speed until mid-stretch, got tired towards the end, but I think she's going to be a fitter filly, especially over a track that's very kind of speed. Rosario rides her back. She's trained well, very nicely over the track since that race. I expect a considerable forward move for her, and I think Excessively Trick can make the lead and keep on going. She's 5-1 in the morning line. I think she's going to go lower than that, but there's value in the rolling exotics because she is 5-1 in the morning line. So let's use number 4, Excessively Trick, is our top selection and rolling exotic in today's 6th race. That's number 4, Excessively Trick. And again, that's my single. I think she's got that race under her belt, and I think she's going to improve enough to win. All right, 7th race, a mile on turf. Pretty good allowance race. Now one is a 3 other than. The 2 main contenders that I'm using here, number 5, Blue Chagall, and the Invader in the Hollendorfer bar, number 6, Sundarban. Now, Blue Chagall looked really good winning an overnight stake over at Hollywood back in early November. He has trained very sharply since for Julio. He's won over the course. That's not an issue. Gomez takes them out, and I think he's got the best late kick. I think he should be very tough to beat Blue Chagall. I'm also going to use the Invader from back east. This is a horse named Sundarban. I mentioned that he's a Hollendorfer now, and he knows how to win. There's no question about that. First or second, 7 out of 10 times. He only has 1 grass race. It's a very good race. He was second in it, and may have been best that day. That was a race at Mountaineer, for whatever that's worth. I don't know whether he fits with these on class, but he's training well. He's genuine, and he represents a stranger danger type play, and he's 6-1 in the morning line. I'm going to use him. That's number 6, Sundarban. But the preference here going to number 5, Blue Chagall. He's definitely the one to beat, and I'll use them both in my rolling exotics. 8th and final, maiden claimer, and I'm going to go down to 2 horses here. They are the first-time starter, number 6. That's Bright Dreamer from the Marnie Jones barn, and number 7, Merlin Z. This is a Allen and Kitching Man trained son of Marino Marini, who actually showed some speed against straight maiden types at Del Mar last summer. Returns off the layoff, training like he's fit and ready, shows up for a tag, first time for a tag, that monumental class drop, and gets Bejarano. So Merlin Z, to me, at 7-2 in the morning line, is really the one to beat. But Bright Dreamer is trained well enough to give him a good chance in a weak race. So you got to use him as well, and especially with Rosario taking him out. That's number 6, Bright Dreamer. 7-6 in my exacta in that order, and use them both in all of your rolling exotics, including, of course, your late pick 4. That wraps it up for the Friday program. Thanks for joining us here on SantaAnita.com. We'll talk to you again tomorrow for Saturday.